Let me say yes.
Hey, gorgeous woman, if you're watching this, you're in for a treat. I'm going to introduce you to one of our beautiful clients, Eiling, and share with you her transformation. It's funny, we were just catching up like 2 seconds ago. I'm like, tell me about this, what's been going on? Because we actually haven't spoken for a little bit. And I'm like, no, save all the good stuff for the, for the interview. Thank you so much for sharing your time with us and for allowing others to see, I suppose, what life was really like for you before and then what this transformation has unfolded. Do you want to share a little bit about who you are, your background, and maybe why did you even want to start a business in the first place? Because when we met, you had no business, right?
No, exactly. I had no business. I wasn't a certified coach. In fact, I think what I was doing was working 16-hour days, in a corporate job, and which I'd sort of been doing for maybe 15 years. And it just was no longer inspiring, motivating. And it was just plain tiring, purely because you start at 5 o'clock and you finish at 9 p.m., which means nothing else for the other parts of your life, essentially. Right. But I think, I knew deep down inside that something had to change. And I just looked at exactly what I loved about what it was that I was doing. And that was actually coaching. So an idea sort of sprang to mind, thinking, okay, I'd like to set up a coaching business, a career coaching business. And when I looked at what I had versus what I didn't have, I just thought, okay, I'm going to need help here. So, I came across your group on Facebook, and immediately I could tell that it just fit what I needed at the time to get me from where I was, which was, tired and just, not functioning very well, to actually opening up a coaching business. So, at that time, obviously, doing those hours, it obviously impacted other parts of my life, like my personal life. I was single. Who would want to date someone that worked from 5 a.m. to 9 p.m. anyway? Let's just be honest.
How are you even functioning with those hours?
I don't know. I think sometimes you get used to it, but I don't think it's a healthy habit to have. And on top of that, somehow I was also training to be a commercial helicopter pilot as well, which took up the rest of my time. So there was really no time to essentially have fun.
I remember you said that when we first met, you were sitting on your balcony and we're having our chat. And then you're telling me about your pilot, that you're doing a pilot license and these crazy hours.
Yeah.
And so what was it for you that I suppose was the catalyst to get out of that?
What I was doing was just not making me happy anymore. It just wasn't resonating at all. And even the side effects of doing those long hours. If people like to do long hours, that's fine. If that's what they love doing, it just wasn't what I was wanting to do anymore. And I was just tired and not really thinking straight, because my brain was clearly also very exhausted. I knew it was impacting other areas of my life. So I knew that something had to change. But then you look at what needs to change or how you want to change it, which gave me that answer. Okay, I love, doing the other bits that I do outside of my corporate job, and which was actually coaching. But then again, you go one step further and say, okay, what do I need to get there? And there were just huge gaps in terms of setting it up as a business. But again, I think it's just taking that step and just understanding what you're not liking, and trying to get yourself to that step, crossing that bridge.
Yeah, I remember when I was working in corporate and my hours were long, but they weren't that long. But then trying to fit in a relationship, and then when I had kids as well, it was just like, wow, this is just it was full on. It became too much. So I can definitely relate with that. So you came and joined the group. You're like, okay, this woman seems to know a little bit about what she's talking about. Do you remember what you said to me when we first
No.
You go, I want to become a coach, but I have no idea how to run a business. But I think you might know a little bit about that. You could show me. And I was like, yep, I think I can show you a little bit. I'm like, okay, let's do it. And I remember when I shared with you the investment, and you're like, oh, is that all? Okay.
Oh, did I? How rude. Sorry.
No, it was just like, oh, okay, that's all. Yeah, sure, let's go. And it was just like, you just made a decision really fast. I think one of the things that, with the coaching team and I, when we look at your growth, and I want to get into that because it is incredible, is, and it is available for everyone. One of the biggest things that I see is how your mindset and your focus around, you know, that I'm worthy and I can do this, how that has really set you off on such a strong trajectory. Have you done a lot of mind? Like, tell us a little bit about what goes on in that beautiful brain.
The only mindset stuff I'd ever done was like money mindset. But in terms of the whole, like the whole self-worth and taking courage, that was all fairly new to me, in terms of like proactively addressing all of that. So yeah, I had that money mindset for a few years now, but to be honest, this is like a different animal altogether, because, you know, I think with coaching, as we all know, it's not actually about the money. It's just making that contribution. How can you actually help people? And the usual self-doubts, the scariness of, oh my God, I'm going to start a business, you know, will anyone come? You know, everyone thinks I'm a fraud. Yeah, all of that, like all of that stuff, actually what you call that shitty committee, that comes up, and money mindset doesn't actually resolve those things. So that was the biggest like thing with me. It was like, you just got to get this like addressed ASAP.
And what's it been like for you, this journey together and inside the Wealthy Woman Mastermind with, you know, with Julie and Lizzie and the rest of the team?
Yeah, it's been amazing, actually. I think when we first spoke, I don't even think correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't even think I even asked you, like, you know, who's your team? And I just went, okay, well, this is, you're going to get me there. And I didn't even realize there were the money mindset sort of classes that really, really supported like me personally. I didn't realize there was an amazing copywriter, Lizzie, who is so approachable and so quick with like getting the words together. And obviously like your calls as well, which just been just amazing in terms of just giving us tips and, you know, how to handle those sales calls. That I must admit, I just didn't even realize all of that was packed in and wrapped up into this lovely community that's also been very supportive as well. And I've made friends within that community, and we've also supported each other within that group, but also just like directly as well if we had other questions. So I honestly, to be completely transparent, I don't think I would be where I am now had I have not joined this group. And it's such good value as well, because it's not just about how to set up a coaching business, which is what I thought it was. That's why I thought, yes, sign me up. And then when I got all the emails and like those invitations for classes, I'm going, oh wow, there's a lot to this than, you know, than sort of what I expected. So yeah, it's been so cool. And I don't think I would be sitting here with you having this conversation if I didn't just take that step, you know, about 6 months ago.
Yeah, and we're glad as well for you and for your clients that you did. So let's talk about sitting here and not like literally in the seat and having this conversation with me. But we were talking before, so extremely long hours, no time for a private life, starting to not enjoy what you were doing anymore, not probably looking after yourself health-wise. But like it all kind of snowballs if you've got no time and you're exhausted. So that was there. Tell us where here is right. And you were earning a really good income too, weren't you, in your corporate job? Like you were on decent money.
Yeah. I think I was on about 300K. So it's okay. I mean, something that small, I don't know, but at the time I thought it was great. So it is now. Yeah.
It's a great income, right? So tell us about where you are now, because you did a post into the group a few weeks ago. So we've got a Wealthy Woman Mastermind support group where all of our clients are in together, and Eiling shared her transformation. She said, well, this is where I was before joining the mastermind, and this is where I am now. And everyone mouths just dropped. Share with us, share with everyone. And I want to, because this is possible for everyone. And this is what I feel that a lot of women don't get. The transformation is available for anyone who backs themselves, who goes all in, who understands that they are worthy, who believes that they have something of value to contribute, and that they have a pathway to follow. So tell us what it is.
So I think when I wrote that post, I sort of bullet pointed it, right? So we talked about what my life was like pre joining your group. And I think at this point, you know, I mean, I mean, I'm now a certified coach. I have a business that is actually getting stronger and stronger and stronger. And I don't know when that's going to plateau. I always think, oh, well, this is the month where it plateaus out, and it just doesn't. It just grows. And I don't know if it was that post or a separate post, but I think at that time I sort of calculated it was about 250K in about 5.5 months. And I've sort of either held that sort of monthly average or just exceeded it. So that's been amazing, like to pull that amount in that short amount of time, compared to having to work those hours solidly for a year plus weekends as well. That's a huge transformation. And speaking of hours, I now only do about 4 hours maximum.
Sorry. So you do 4 hours and you used to do 14, 15?
Yeah, 15, 16 hours. Yeah. Which is amazing, right? So
you nearly doubled your income. If you're on good money, so you're on like about 28, maybe 1,000 or something a month. So you doubled that income, working a quarter of the hours.
Yeah.
And what are you doing with all your time now?
Well, I mean, because I'm also, well, at the time I was single, right? So I've managed to now in a relationship, a very healthy one, as one, like a really lovely one. So I actually have time to spend time with, the people that are important, including my partner, and also my family as well. And then obviously just the hobbies as well. I think the last bullet point on the post was that I was a trainee pilot. So he also flies. So we fly together, we spend time together, whether it's flying or just hanging out on the couch, which is so nice. So there's time and energy and headspace to feed into other areas of my life that is actually important as well, it's amazing. So.
And we're such a bunch of girls because like the money is amazing and the money is a reflection of how many clients you're serving right now, which is ultimately why we do what we do, right? We want to help and contribute to other people's lives, you in their career, me in their business. So it's awesome. But when you shared that you had that, you had no time for a partner, now you're all loved up and like we were all just like so giddy like schoolgirls.
Oh, that's so cool. Because I was actually going to do a live and I thought, oh, there's just so much to talk about. That's why I just bullet pointed it, because I just wasn't sure if people are going to go, okay, this live's really like it's taking a long time, so I just thought I'll just post it, and if anyone wants to read it, they can. If not, they can just move on.
Of course they do. Yeah, of course they do. So have you given yourself, I know you've done the reflection and it's very, but have you actually paused and just reflected on 6 months ago or so? You had no business, you had an idea, and where you are now, it is such a short period of time.
Yeah, it is. And it's been so quick as well, because I remember when I first started, because I was really sort of scared and, as you go back to that shitty committee, I don't think I actually started work until like 1 month after I signed up. So I was like, oh my God, can I do this? And it's so much and all of that. But I tell you what, within 4 days of starting the coursework, 4 days of doing the mindset work and just everything that's part of that course, I actually got clients. I think I got a few, and it just happened like every day. And I think at that point, I don't think I'd finalized my offer. I don't think I'd even built the course. So the race was on. But it happened so quickly as well. And it kind of felt like it didn't stop in a good way. Like just once you do the work, and go to Julie's classes, or at least like do the replays, it does clear whatever doubts you've got so that you can actually accelerate. And it is amazing how a lot of it is in your head, right?
Yeah, mind and energy is everything, which is why we've got a strategy and a pathway. Copywriter, we can help you with sales, but ultimately what goes on here is the biggest thing. How does it feel now to be Eiling now?
Oh, it feels like amazing. Like I wouldn't have pictured, us having this conversation and talking about what we're talking about so soon after signing up. That's the thing. Like I thought, okay, it is like in your head, you always think, yeah, that's possible. Anything's possible. But to actually have all of that happen in 6 months or so it's amazing. Like if someone told me this 6 months ago, I'd be whatever, I don't think so, but okay. But now it's actually happened. And again, it's not just the business, right? It's just the way it's impacted every other part of my life. It's been, yeah, it's always been unbelievable, to be honest. Yeah, so thank you for that.
You're doing the work. You are so doing the work. Pinch yourself. It's real. You're here.
Yeah.
What would you say to any woman who's sitting there with that knowledge, that passion, that skill there that they can help people, but just haven't got the business side rocking it yet? What would you say to them?
I would definitely speak to you, but just take action, because you don't, that's the thing, you're not going to know, you know, what you need, or, you know, you just have to change something. And for me, it was just taking that action, because I remember when I wrote that post, I think at the end I said, I delayed things for a month out of fear. And when I looked at it from just from a monetary point of view, that cost at least 20K. You know, and it's everything else that goes on as well. So it's not just the money, but it's just all that anxiety, you know, the what ifs. And it's not going to happen until you actually talk to someone that knows how to get you there, first of all, and then do the work, you know. And it's such a supportive group that, you know, if something wrong happens or if you fail, then that's okay too. It doesn't matter, like, just keep going. So, you know, talk to someone that knows how to get you there, and that will support you as well, and be around people that are like-minded, and, you know, will actually just help you throughout that sort of journey, because the journey will happen very quickly, trust me. So, you know, definitely don't delay. Just that's what I did, but I signed and I just paralyzed. I was paralyzed for a month out of fear, which wasn't, you know, helping. So that's what I would say. Just talk to someone, take action, and you see what happens.
Well, I can't wait to do this interview with you in like a year from now, and see where you're at from there. Thank you so much for your time and for generously and vulnerably sharing your transformation. We can't wait to see what comes next for you, because I mean, 6 months in a business is like baby steps. So
yeah,
you know, have you dared to think about what's going to be next for you over the next 12 months?
I'd like to grow this business. At the moment, it's just growing anyway. So that, you know, I'd like to see sort of where and when that sort of plateaus out. But the coaching business is one part of it. I want to actually sort of write a couple of books as well, or just one to start with, about just about leadership and, you know, things like that. So the coaching business is one part of it, like the main aim in getting my message out there about the authenticity. So that's that's the general goal, but we'll see in another 6 months what happens.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll be staying nice and close to it. So again, thank you so much. And ladies, if you're watching this, I mean, everything is available to you. So whatever you just choose to decide, the only thing that matters is what you choose to decide going forward from today. So thank you again, Eiling. Very, very grateful for your time. And bye, ladies.
No, thank you.